you all have kind of distinct voices. Like you're each a Muppet in my head right now.
Perfect. Good. That's exactly how it should be.
That's probably the most flattering thing anyone's ever said to me.
Welcome to Bracket, the only show where we take a bunch of shit and face it off against another bunch of shit to see what the best shit really is. I'm your host, Cullen Jennings, and joining me today is John Abbott.
Hi, I'm even more unprepared as usual, but it's great to see everyone.
Sure. Don't forget about Jesse Knowles.
Hi, I'm Jesse, and I can't stop playing Civilization 5, and I'm so sorry.
You're welcome.
And we have Emmy-nominated creator of Greg's Red Hat 2, The Reckoning, Greg L. Mercer.
Hi, I'm Greg L. Mercer, and I got a red hat. We've been making a lot of jokes about it, but it looks
They're not
so
jokes.
good.
They're not jokes. We
like
legitimately love your hat,
It's
Greg.
because it's a great hat. Moving on.
And joining us today, this week, one of those things, is our special guest host, Mike Mitchell from the Birthday Boys.
Hey, what's going on? I can't see anyone, but I'm picturing all of you, and you look great.
We can't see anybody either. That was just...
I was mostly speaking to the audience. It's great to see in my mind our audience.
Oh, okay, sure.
I'm picturing a floating red hat right now. That's all.
Perfect. That's a good way to think of it.
Right. All right, guys. So we're going to do the best 16 talking dog episode this week. So let's get ready to yell at each other. In round one in Group A, we have the Taco Bell commercial dog versus Ren Hoek from Ren and Stimpy. We have in Group B, we have Doug from Up versus Gurr. In Group C, we have Goofy versus Jake the dog. In Group D, we have Parappa the Rapper versus McGruff the crime dog. In Group E, we have Droopy Dog versus Poochie. In Group F, we have Triumph the insult comic dog versus Hong Kong Phooey. In Group G, we have Rolf versus Brian Griffin. And in Group H, we have Scooby-Doo versus Dog the Bounty Hunter. So in Group A, Taco Bell commercial dog versus Ren Hoek. Anyone care to take a stab at it?
The two chihuahuas against each other.
Right.
One's a corporate spokesperson.
Sure.
Who really, in terms of speaking, only knows one phrase.
No. I'm pretty sure there was like a Godzilla promotional tie-in, and I think he said something about needing a bigger box.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because he was trying to capture Godzilla.
Now, would he have said that in English or Spanish?
I don't recall.
I think he said it in English, but I think that was
Yeah, he said it in English with a Spanish accent, I believe. It's the only thing I remember about that dog.
So he's bilingual. He's a multifaceted talking dog.
That actual dog is dead as hell right now.
That's
Sure.
sad. How many times we're gonna talk about dead dogs tonight?
I think this is the only one that's not a cartoon, so probably not too often.
Well, I might talk about how
comic
the
dog.
I mean,
Triumph
yeah.
is not a cartoon.
Yeah, Dog is a cartoon, actually. Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Ren, however, is one of the most obnoxious, pissed off things in the history of cartoon television at all times. And I think
that's why I love him, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the most unstable. He is insane.
Let's be honest. The only thing I feel like the Taco Bell dog has going for him is that he's associated with a delicious taco restaurant.
Right.
That's true. I mean, if Ren would have backed like
do not eat anything Ren serves you.
That's a good point.
That being said, I'm sorry, Taco Bell. I'm a Ren vote on this one.
Oh boy.
I'm with you. I think Ren destroys the taco. I mean, also the Taco Bell dog. You said it was a commercial for the Godzilla movie.
I think that was a tie-in commercial. Yeah,
that American Godzilla movie.
The Matthew Broderick one.
That to me is
Guys,
that was the first movie I saw where I was like, movies can be bad. I'm voting Ren myself.
But the Taco Bell commercial dog, like that was a female dog in real life, and her name was Gidget. Does that change anything?
Not really.
That dog, I'm sure that there are way more people who know the phrase "Yo quiero Taco Bell" than there should be because of that dog. I think I might be a Ren vote as well. I could be swayed if someone's a hard Taco Bell.
I don't know. Is anyone super into the Taco Bell dog? I guess that people had those like plushies that like when you squeeze them said.
I don't think anyone bought those though. I think they.
Oh, trust me, a lot of people still have those in like the back of their car.
No. I know people owned them, but I think maybe they got them out of like claw machine games or something.
Sure.
All right.
It's kind of cool for the people who owned that dog after it died. They had reminders. There's just stuff you can get a stuffed Taco Bell dog. I don't know. That's a nice. I'm trying to think of the plus sides for the Taco Bell dog.
I don't know. I feel bad for Gidget. I'll throw one to the Taco Bell dog.
All right, then it's 4-1 because I'm going Ren.
All right. Ren knocks out the Taco Bell commercial dog 4-1. All right. We have Doug from the movie Up versus Gurr from Invader Zim.
So this is the part where everybody gets mad at me. I don't think Up's a very good movie.
I think you're damn wrong is what you are.
Everyone that whole year was like, that movie honestly made me cry. Like, it's such a fucking big accomplishment to cry at a movie. Good job. You were emotionally manipulated by a story, which is what humans have been doing for literally millennia. Get out of my office.
Here's the thing. Greg, I 100% agree with you. I think Up is not good.
Thank you.
You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong.
They're wrong.
I think it sets you up at the beginning, and I think it's just not. It's not good. It's not good.
I don't think it's visually interesting. I don't think the story really goes anywhere.
But we're not talking about Up. We're talking about Doug from the movie.
Well,
and
you know what?
Doug
I think
is
he's the least
lovable,
appealing aspect of that movie.
He's one of the most lovable dogs ever portrayed. He's this big old fat golden retriever, and he just wants to be loved. Like
I would rather hang out with the cantankerous old man or the chubby Boy Scout than the dog.
Would you rather hang out with Kevin the bird?
I don't even care about this fucking bird. Why is this thing in the movie? It feels like that was a separate movie, and they're like, well, we don't have the budget for both of these. Let's put them together.
I think you are letting that super influence what that character. Doug is great. Like they nailed.
I don't think so, but you know what? I gotta vote Gurr anyway because he's a robot. So.
Gurr is a robot.
Move on.
So this is tough for me because I love both of these, and I came prepared to fight for Gurr. But I think Gurr's a robot. Gurr's a robot that disguises itself as a dog very poorly. It can fly. It's best friends with a pig.
Loves tacos.
It loves taquitos.
Sure.
What is Gurr from again?
Invader Zim is a
Nickelodeon animated thing that goth kids and Hot Topic employees love.
Right.
Oh man.
I think the most redeeming thing to Gurr though to that show was probably how I think we talked about it earlier, how shitty everyone saw Gurr as legitimate a dog. 100. It was awful. It didn't look like anything like a damn dog.
Gurr was also a bad robot because they made it out of like trash and spare parts.
Right. Just like me.
I'm sorry. I came in here ready to defend Gurr, but I think Doug is a better talking dog. So that's my vote.
This is ridiculous. I think Gurr is a piece of shit, and I think Doug is a fantastic talking dog. And I think you guys are wrong about Up. I think Up has a lot of problems, and I think a lot of people treat it as, oh man, Up is so sad.
We're not here to talk about Up.
I know. But no, this is easy for me. I'm an easy Doug vote. I love Up.
Jesse got beat up by a bunch of kids who wore black eyeliner.
That's true.
Mike, where you got?
I was shocked that this one was so heated. Actually, I listen. Gurr's not really a dog, right? I don't know.
True, technically not a dog.
I feel like Doug. The first few minutes of Up really try to get you to cry, and it didn't really work for me that much because there were no words, and I didn't really care what was going on. But the bird annoyed me a lot too. But I'm gonna go with Doug. He was a nice looking dog. I'm voting Doug.
All right, 3-2. Doug wins.
Oh, I feel terrible.
You were the deciding vote. You've ruined bracket. Good job.
I feel bad.
No, this is the point.
Doug's the better dog. Doug moves on.
Good.
All right, sure. We have Goofy versus Jake the dog
from Adventure Time.
They're both dads,
as opposed to Goofy, dads. Who needs.
They're both dads. They're both family men.
Goofy went on a magical adventure across the Kingdom Hearts.
Goofy's a single parent, just trying to.
Didn't his wife die?
He's trying to relate to his son Max.
Yep. His wife, I think, is dead. I think you're.
Yeah,
right.
I think she died. I think in that first in a Goofy movie, I think they mentioned like before she passed or something like that. It's kind of weird.
I mean, the other outcome is that Goofy suffered like a grueling divorce, and I don't know.
That's kind of more sad to me than the other. That's kind of.
I mean, both are pretty grim.
Jake the dog not only is a father, but he's a brother to Finn the human.
It's pretty funny.
He can stretch. He can change his body into any shape or size.
Which talking dog is better at talking? I feel like Jake, voiced
Jake
by
is
John
definitely
DiMaggio, is
Goofy definitely has some speech problems. That's true.
he's kind of got that.
But that adds to his charm.
I don't know what you would call
Yes.
it, a hill folk voice.
Hell, folk.
That's
I don't know what you call it.
But yeah, that's his whole thing. He tries. He has good intentions. He does all those how-to things, and he
true.
gets into trouble. I don't know. That's a tough one. This is a tough one.
You're right. I think honestly, I might have to lean toward Goofy for that reason. Like Goofy doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He has goof in his name.
He knows how to do the perfect cast with a fishing rod.
Right. He opened a can of soup with his teeth. That's
He
hardcore.
eluded Bigfoot.
Yeah. He's
But
just
Jake,
trying to
Jake
be a
the
good
dog
dad,
does all
right?
kinds of amazing things, though.
Jake the dog can turn into anything.
And Jake the dog goes on adventures. Jake the dog has babies with a rainicorn. That's
Yeah.
where he wants.
He has puppies.
The puppies
is
mostly
Max,
raise themselves.
Max would have been a puppy, right?
Yes, Max at one point was a puppy.
That's
That's weird to say.
So weird.
The Rainicorn pups mostly raise themselves. Is like that's canon. Like they've said as
Yeah.
much.
Goofy was created by Walt Disney, who was kind of not. He didn't like Jewish people very much.
That's a good point. That does come up. So, are we to assume that Goofy is anti-Semitic?
I don't think
Goofy
so.
is an anti-Semite. He might. I mean, if he's like his.
Yeah,
creator.
what if he's got like Nazi memorabilia piled away into like a secret room or something? We
Well,
don't
we
know.
know Donald does because he was in that movie.
I'm gonna.
Goofy and Donald are good friends. I feel like so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I
know.
will
I'm
say,
leaning
Goofy. Goofy wears more clothes than any other Disney character. As far as like
he has experienced shame.
like
He's
Mickey,
hiding his like swastika tats.
like Mickey doesn't have a shirt, Donald doesn't have pants, but Goofy wears the whole. He's even got a hat. He's got everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's got
like,
a vest on over.
Isn't that
his
hat
shirt.
like that hat's all worn off? Like
It's-
how long do you
it's
think
a
he's
weird
had that
hat.
hat?
Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna vote.
I Go ahead.
I think I'm gonna go a Jake the dog vote, and not because I'm against Goofy, but now bringing all this up, I think Goofy's got some dirty laundry that he needs to air out, and some bad shit's going on.
I'm a Goofy vote contingent upon his not being a Nazi.
I don't know.
If we discover later that Goofy is a Nazi, we can go back and alter the outcome of this and disqualify him from
I
this
mean,
bracket.
look,
He gets an
does-
asterisk.
Yeah.
It's true, Goofy does mean well, but there's that. I mean, this is not a good movie, but they did make a sequel to a Goofy movie where Goofy goes to college with Max,
Yep.
and Goofy messes up pretty big time there. I think I'm gonna
Wait,
go
Goofy.
towards Jake the
Goofy
dog.
goes to college. He goes to college with Max.
In the
Yeah,
sequel,
yeah.
in the sequel, his son goes to college, and then Goofy gets fired from his job and has to go back to school so he can get a job. So they end up at the same college, and they enter in a like X Games skateboarding contest
Did
together.
they just do a find and replace on the script for Back to School starring Rodney Dangerfield?
Sure.
I'm a Goofy vote. Cullen's a Jake the Dog vote. John, where's your vote?
Jake the dog.
Jesse?
I'm Goofy.
So it's down to you again.
God, I should have voted earlier. This is bad. I feel like they both have their plus sides, but I was born in 1982, so I'm a Goofy man. Jake the dog is just Goofy is just kind of my time period. I love the guy. What can I say?
All right.
Jake the dog is more a millennial. He's the millennial Goofy. He's not my guy.
It's true that the kids love Jake the dog.
The kids love Jake the
right.
dog. I'm a little too old for it.
Goofy knocks out Jake the dog 3-2. In Group D, we have Parappa the Rapper versus McGruff the Crime Dog.
So
No.
McGruff is definitely out there busting Parappa on the streets, right?
Parappa, yeah. Parappa, for people that don't know, was a fantastic game in which you rapped.
You were
And
a
that was
dog
it.
that raps, yeah. You were trained by
Parappa the
an
Rapper
onion.
he has an onion sensei.
He has a crush on a sunflower. Is that it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Then we got the two sides of the law. We got McGruff upholding the law, and then Parappa, he spray paints. I know, right?
Right. He's like a graffiti master, and like I think McGruff would totally be trying to bust his ass.
I think so too.
I-
These guys would not like other.
No.
I'm an easy Parappa vote. No
wow.
question.
I think I might be too. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't think I could tell you anything McGruff did besides say he was going to take a bite out of crime.
I don't know if he ever did.
McGruff McGruff wouldn't.
He wore like a big trench coat. He was actually kind of creepy looking for a guy.
He always stood like in the shadows.
Yeah,
McGruff.
He
McGruff is
dressed like a man who would flash someone, but it was. Like, but
McGruff is a dog in power. McGruff is there to enforce a law, and all Parappa wants to do is believe.
So you're saying McGruff is like the defender of the 1%. Whereas Parappa's out there on the streets, occupy whatever town he's from.
This show has taken a big turn towards anarchy in the recent season. And I'm into it. I just wanted to point out, I'm going to go Parappa the Rapper.
I am as well.
Yeah.
I don't even get a vote. I think Parappa clearly won, and I'm with him too. He's fun. Yeah. He's a good time.
Count me in with
McGruff needs to just loosen up a little bit.
The years have been hard on McGruff. I'm waiting for like a grim, gritty McGruff reboot where he's like constantly getting drunk and like reenacting Raymond Chandler stories. Is that a sweep then?
That's a sweep.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Parappa the Rapper sweeps out McGruff the Crime Dog. 5-0. We have Droopy Dog versus Poochie.
It's gotta be Poochie. I'm sorry. Poochie is probably one of my all-time favorite Simpsons jokes.
I don't think it has to be Poochie. I think it has to be Droopy.
Wow.
Droopy is what more of a relatable character could there be than a dog that has everything bad happen to him and is just sad about
Okay,
everything.
that's not true at all because
He's
half of Droopy's cartoons are about like a wolf trying to outsmart him, and Droopy just keeps showing up, and so he's like constantly like ruining the wolf's day or something.
Also, Droopy's he talks sad like he's like having a bad day, but he always is like, well, I love everything though.
Can you
Keep
tell
going.
me? Can anyone here do a good Droopy impression?
I'm not gonna try.
I need it. Come on.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Good enough.
That was actually, that was pretty good.
Look, I love Poochie, but he's like, I don't know. Poochie's in one episode, and it's super funny, but
it's one episode that like pretty much effectively calls out the decade that it's from. It's like, you know what? All of this is dumb. We're just gonna make fun of it right now.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I had to look up who Poochie was in order for me to realize who it was.
But that's weird, Jesse. Everyone knows who Poochie is.
No, because Poochie is such a generic name. Droopy's been around longer. He's more iconic. People know Droopy.
Look,
you
Jesse,
can hear Droopy and know who Droopy is.
I am on the side of Droopy, but what you're saying is crazy. Also, I feel like I should point out that Poochie had to leave to go back to his home planet.
Right.
So he's gone. Is that supposed to?
We need to honor the memory.
I'm just
Poochie.
saying that Poochie has responsibilities that we don't know about. He's got a whole other life that we'll never know about.
It's a good.
I will say that Droopy has one of the funniest voices of all time. It's a very funny voice. But I used to work at The Simpsons, and I can't vote against Poochie.
Yeah. You are contractually obligated to still to this day.
100%. And Poochie is Homer, and who doesn't love Homer? I don't know. You know, it's Homer was so proud of it. I can't. That episode was genius. I gotta vote Poochie too.
Cullen.
I was gonna be a heavy Droopy dog. I was so in on Droopy, but I'm a Poochie vote, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be a Poochie vote to the extreme.
To the max. Jesse, where are you? You're a Droopy dog?
Yeah, I'm a Droopy dog.
John, Droopy dog?
I'm Droopy dog.
Poochie takes it away.
Good day, sir.
All right. Poochie knocks out Droopy Dog 3-2. We have Triumph the Insult Comic Dog versus Hong Kong Phooey.
Okay. Hong Kong Phooey is the #1 super guy.
Right. That's true.
He's a janitor who works in a police station, and he changes into a karate outfit by jumping into a filing cabinet.
Quicker than the human eye.
That said, Triumph the Insult Comedy Dog just wants to poop on everything.
That's it's a good place to be.
Triumph smokes a cigar.
He's got a bow tie.
So, for those of you who don't know who Triumph is, he's a real dog who goes on. He's a real dog.
Why do you guys keep saying that? He's a fucking puppet.
He's a real dog.
What's a puppet?
All right.
He's a real dog that goes up to celebrities and or real life events and just insults them, essentially. And
he's an insult comic. He's like a Sam Kinison. He's not even that. He's like an old like 1970s like comedy club insult comic with the like if he had a glass of scotch. There you go.
He doesn't know karate though.
That's true. Hong Kong Phooey does.
Hong Kong Phooey doesn't know what he's doing though. He's always accidentally fixing things.
You know, can I swear?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, say whatever you want. Yeah.
We insist.
Oh, all right then. Hong Kong Phooey can just fuck off in my book. He was kind of weak to me, man. Triumph is one of the funniest. He's one of the funniest guys there is. I saw. Yeah, I was at a Conan O'Brien taping when I was just a little 16-year-old boy, and I saw the Triumph taped piece where he was at the dog show. And it was one of the best moments of my entire life to this day.
I mean, I'm trying hard to like defend Hong Kong Phooey.
No, there's look, we like Hong Kong Phooey because he's the #1 super guy.
Yeah.
But Triumph the Insult Comic Dog is. It's maybe not a better title. #1 super guy is pretty much the best title you could have, but I'm a Triumph vote. He's a great tough dog.
I cannot vote against anything that came from Conan, so yeah, I'm a Triumph vote.
Yeah, I mean, maybe when Hong Kong Phooey gets written by Robert Smigel, I'll pay more attention, but until then, I'm a Triumph vote. Is that a sweep?
I think so.
Cullen?
What was Hong Kong? He was just a karate dog?
He was like a guy who was a janitor and just so happened to be a dog.
Right. And the weird thing is, no one else in that cartoon was a walking, talking
animal.
They were all humans, but he was a talking, walking dog that was also a janitor, which is that seems a little messed up.
Some weird ideas about how to handle things.
I think that bored me as a child.
Cullen, Triumph?
Yeah, Triumph. There's no way. Triumph the Insult Comic Dog knocks out Hong Kong Phooey 5-0 on a sweep. We have Rolf versus Brian Griffin.
Family Guy is not very good. I'm a Rolf vote.
Rolf from the Muppets, for those who don't know. I will say... I think it's kind of I think both of these are the classy entries, but Rolf has earned his class, and Brian Griffin pretends to be classy, which I think the show recognizes that.
I think there's a point in how everyone views Family Guy as just this shitty cartoon it turned into, and I get that stigma on it a lot, but at the same time, I think Brian character, I still watch it regularly when it's on. I watch Adult Swim all the time, so it's just on. And I don't think Brian Griffin, I think his character actually has moved forward versus all the stupid shit that everything else goes on. I think that character isn't actually bad at all. And I think that character has become a better character. I don't think that's true.
I think that's the joke in the show is that they've said as much as this is not a good person. This dog.
Well, no, he's not a good person. I didn't say that. I said his character development and moving forward. I don't think he's a good person by any means. He's a fucking dog. He's the only dog there other than his cousin or something.
Rolf could play Brian out of the room with his piano skills.
Yeah, I don't care what your opinion is on Family Guy. There's no way Brian Griffin's a better talking dog.
I am a Brian Griffin vote.
I would share a drink with Rolf. Brian would want to share a drink with me, and I'd be like, I know he's just gonna get sloppy, and it's gonna be a whole big thing. It's gonna ruin the night.
Man, you just don't.
You guys remember when Brian died?
He did die.
That something that happened on a television show, certainly.
I feel like Rolf is he's just there's just this kind of, in the Muppet movie, the original Muppet movie, he's kind of like this heartbroken man playing at a piano and giving life advice. And I know Brian is similar. I don't know. Rolf is just the original. He's the original to me. He's hard to beat. I would love to have a drink with Rolf too.
I'll be a Rolf vote.
I'm a Rolf vote.
Oh, don't worry, I expected this.
Sorry, Colin.
No, you don't have to be sorry to me. Rolf knocks out Brian Griffin 4-1. Scooby-Doo versus Dog the Bounty Hunter.
So Scooby was the one we had the hardest time getting on the bracket because John just doesn't like him.
People are gonna be confused because I talked a lot of good things about Scooby-Doo back when we were talking about best fictional vehicle or whatever, and I defended the Mystery Machine pretty heavily. I just think Scooby-Doo is boring. I think Scooby-Doo is the least interesting part of Scooby-Doo. When people are modernizing Scooby-Doo and people talk about Scooby-Doo, they talk about Fred, Daphne, Velma, and
Kirk.
Shaggy.
Jeremy.
Those are the characters that people have taken. Scooby-Doo does nothing that Shaggy doesn't also do. Kids love Scooby-Doo. That's because kids love all talking dogs. Scooby-Doo, I'm not a Scooby-Doo vote. I'm a Dog the Bounty Hunter vote. Dog the Bounty Hunter has solved way more crime than Scooby-Doo ever did.
I don't think that's true.
See, here's number one. Dog the Bounty Hunter doesn't solve crimes, John.
Yeah.
Dog the Bounty Hunter
is a weapon that you unleash.
He catches bad guys, which is what Scooby-Doo is supposed to do as well, but
So you're saying that if they teamed up, this would be an unstoppable force?
I don't know about that, but
I would love to see that. I would love to see the two of them paired up together.
Scooby-Doo crosses over with people all the time. It's possible.
Something else that I meant to bring up here. Have you guys noticed how inconsistent they are about how much people can hear Scooby-Doo talking? Like, if you go and look through different versions of Scooby-Doo cartoon, like in the original, like people can understand him. That's like established, like especially Shaggy. Like people can understand what Scooby's saying. But like different versions of Scooby-Doo, sometimes he barely talks, and when he does, like people kind of ignore him or they talk to him as if he's just like a regular dog. It's pretty weird.
I think that makes him one of the most amazing dogs, actually. He is a dog, but he does just say like a few words. I guess it's the most realistic to me. If a dog was speaking, I feel like it wouldn't say too many actual words, just to, would say its name over and over again.
And he'd probably have an accent like Scooby does.
Yeah. I think he's the most realistic. I think Scooby-Doo is the most realistic talking dog on the list. And I stand by that. I think he's the most...
Well, Rolf is a real talking dog. You can go up and meet Rolf. You can shake hands with Rolf. He's a real talking dog.
You're talking like in the Disney terms where they have to be referred to as like real, or it confuses them. Like how you have to call Elmo. Like if you talk to Elmo in real life and you say he's a puppet, it like makes him like he doesn't understand you. Did you know that?
Right, exactly. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what this puppet talk is. I didn't even want Scooby-Doo on this 16. I think Scrappy-Doo should have been on here.
Boom. You just hate him because you think he's a bad character, but you don't.
He is. He's a bad character. He's just a marketing tool. He doesn't. There's nothing that Scooby does that Shaggy. They're the same character, but people remember Shaggy because he's a fun, like weird, almost stoner parody thing.
Hold on a second. You prefer Scrappy-Doo?
Exactly.
I don't prefer Scrappy-Doo. I just think,
no. You just said.
I think at least Scrappy-Doo. There's something memorable about Scrappy-Doo. Ain't nothing memorable about Scooby-Doo.
Oh,
I don't know about that. I mean, you've seen in that one movie he eats all them peppers?
Right, but so does Shaggy. They both eat and they both get scared.
It's because they're pals, John.
Why can't they be best friends and enjoy life together?
I'm just saying.
Scooby-Doo loves to eat and he's afraid of ghosts, and I'm the same way. So
Man.
I'm a Scooby vote as well.
I'm a Scooby guy.
I'm Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Colin.
Damn it. I was totally a Dog the Bounty Hunter before this match even started. And I think I'm a Scooby vote, man. Because here's the thing. I'm old. I'm old. I'm right up there with you, Mike. And I grew up a lot watching Scooby-Doo, and even though
guess what? It's boring. It's same thing happens every episode.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not saying that didn't happen. But guess what? The same thing happens on Dog the Bounty Hunter every episode. He always gets his man. So, or
also,
woman.
like Dog the Bounty Hunter used to be a messed up guy. And
right.
Scooby he wasn't an evil guy who tried to swindle people out of money and stuff. He has always just hunted bad guys. Dog has once been a bad guy.
Dog killed a man.
Whoa.
Well, that's insane. Scooby never killed
Scooby just pulls people's masks off.
Yeah.
You guys are... Oh, man, I was going to actually make an argument for Scooby. Never mind.
Are you a Scooby vote?
You know what? I'm a Scooby vote.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Dog is going to hunt all of us down, everyone who voted against him.
It's true. Hey, Dog the Bounty Hunter, come on the show sometime. Defend yourself next time.
I'll vote for Dog when Dog gets the Harlem Globetrotters on his show.
Oh, man,
that's true.
Such a good show.
All right. Scooby-Doo knocks out Dog the Bounty Hunter 4-1. We're moving into round 2 where we have Ren versus Doug, Goofy versus Parappa, Poochie versus Triumph, and Rolf versus Scooby-Doo. So right away, Ren versus Doug.
It's gotta be Ren. I'm sorry.
Okay. I would not want to ever be near Ren. Ren's great. He's hilarious. He's a psychopath. But I wouldn't want to own a dog like that. I wouldn't want to be friends with a talking dog that walked around and was like that. Ren
needs this. Ren does not have much going for him. He has to live with a cat. It's tough.
An idiot cat. An idiot cat.
Named Steampy.
Doug is your best friend. Doug is
not my best friend.
He's the epitome of like a lovable, loyal dog.
Yeah,
I'm a Doug
but Ren always makes sure Snippy's taken care of.
That is not true.
Yeah, no, they live together. They're best friends. They've opened restaurants together. I've seen it. I'm a Ren vote. I'm a Ren vote.
I'm a Ren vote as well.
No, you see, here's the thing. The way I'm deciding this is, as a kid, I did not like Ren. I thought Ren was gross, and I know I would have loved Doug as a kid, and I love Doug as an adult. There's no time I would hate Doug, so I'm Doug vote.
So it's down to you.
It's me. I have to solve this.
Oh yeah, man.
Yep.
Oh no, it's this. We're split.
You got to be the decider here.
Man, Ren is just the coolest. Doug has a stupid. I mean, Doug is a cute dog, man.
Yeah.
It would be great to own Doug, but we're talking dogs here, and I would love to hang out with Ren, as messed up as he is. He would be a great time.
I will say that if you take away the collar, Doug, you can't understand Doug anymore. So that is maybe
regular dog.
That is maybe a point against him as a talking dog.
Yeah, he just has a little contraption around his neck. I don't know. I think it's cheap, but Ren is just he's the man. I mean, he's scary. He's scary a little bit, but you can't beat Ren. Is one of the best. He's one of the best dogs that's ever been.
So you're a Ren vote?
I'm a Ren vote. I'm sorry, guys.
All right.
Okay.
Ren knocks out Doug up 3-2. We have Goofy versus Parappa the Rapper.
Man. So Parappa's basically Max.
Well, Parappa is like your youth, and then you have to grow up to become Goofy. You gotta get a house. You gotta take care of your son. You can't go out on the streets and lay down beats anymore.
His end game is turning into Goofy. That's what that whole movie's about. Like,
yeah, what if Parappa is just a Goofy before he grows up, and he does actually like get with that sunflower?
I don't think Goofy could ever hold a rap. I mean, he can't even say a normal sentence without like throwing in a weird laugh and stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
he says "garsh" all the time. Yeah,
he's been in some Disney songs.
Parappa, you learn how to drive as Parappa.
That's true.
That's true. I think I got to be a Goofy guy on this one. Because I think it might go the other way. So I'm going Goofy early and often. I like Parappa. He's great. I mean, he raps and so on, and he's fun. Goofy is just he's like an American. He's just kind of like an American hero, I feel like.
He's a national treasure.
He shows that even the goofiest, dumbest person can survive. Even
that's what America's all about.
That's what America's all about.
And he does teach you how to like hook up your big screen TV and stuff like that.
It's true.
I'm going to be a Parappa vote because Parappa has an orange hat and I just got a red hat, and I feel like I get it now. So I'm voting Parappa.
I'm gonna come in as a Goofy vote.
Oh boy.
I'm a Parappa vote.
Oh
John,
no.
Down to you.
Oh God.
Vote with your heart.
Yeah.
You're asking me to pick from. This is like a metaphor for my life or something. I'm at a crossroads. I can accept responsibility and become an adult, or I can hang out on the streets and do whatever Parappa gets up to.
Change the world.
They're both good choices.
Oh boy.
How
gotta
cool
believe.
is it that Parappa only has 2 dimensions?
Here's the do you guys think Parappa would be fun to go on a road trip with? Because Goofy and Max, even though Max like didn't have a good time, I think I would have a good time on that road trip with Goofy.
I think now I would. As a kid, I was like, God, I would hate this.
I don't know. A lot of dangerous shit happens on that road
I'm
trip.
into
They
it.
get stranded.
I'm into.
You got to eat cans of beans that Goofy opened with
Now
his teeth.
I don't like beans. So
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but they can also go to other cool stuff.
Parappa, you get to
I
hang
gotta say,
out with.
Parappa as a rapper is like pretty soft too.
that's true. Not a lot of edge. Not a lot of bite to those lyrics.
A kick, punch.
Oh God.
It's all in the mind.
Oh boy.
I need a decision, John.
Come on.
I think.
Come on, John. You gotta believe.
I think I'm a Goofy vote.
Oh my God.
Wow.
In an upset, Goofy knocks out Parappa the Rapper. 3-2.
I'm sorry.
We have Poochie versus Triumph the Insult Comic Dog.
Sorry, Poochie.
Yeah, I know. I fought hard for Poochie, but Poochie is one goof in one episode. I gotta go Triumph.
Triumph is a lifetime of joy.
This is sad, but I probably agree. Triumph is the king.
I was like, we're about to get him in trouble.
Well, in the contract for working there, it says that if you ever appear on a podcast, you have to defend Poochie at all costs.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Triumph came as like an offshoot from Conan, and Conan used to be on Simpsons, so it all still kind of counts.
Yeah,
That's
100%
true. I think that those guys would forgive me specifically because of that. I mean, I love both of these. This is kind of a heartbreaking one for me. I just think Triumph is Triumph is the best. He's one of the funniest.
Let me ask you this: If Poochie came back, would you celebrate as hard as you would seeing a new Triumph bit?
No, but I don't think that's. I mean, I think that's part of why. I think I don't know. I don't think that's a very relevant question because part of a Poochie's appeal is they knew how to use that joke, and in all the years Simpsons has still been going on, they've never once brought Poochie back.
It's true.
Because it would be easy to bring him back, you know? That would be an easy move to make, but they haven't because they know better.
Is anyone voting Poochie?
No, I think we got a Triumph sweep.
Poochie ain't even a real dog.
Who was the human who joined The Simpsons at the end of that episode?
Oh, man. I forget what his name was. But I remember that. You can't just add a character with attitude and then this kid skateboards in and they all act like he was there the whole time.
Because if it was him versus Triumph, I don't know. He's a great character.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
All right. Triumph the Insult Comic Dog knocks out Poochie 5-0.
Oh, wow.
We have Rolf versus Scooby-Doo.
It's Rolf. It's Rolf.
Scooby couldn't even... He has paws. He can't play a piano.
I'm pretty sure he has.
He can disguise himself as people, though.
I don't think Scooby ever wore a disguise.
Oh, Scooby does that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, Scooby doesn't understand how doors work.
I think you people...
They keep running through doors and coming out of different doors that don't even make sense.
That happens... Oh, you're getting me mad now.
But that happened to Muppet Babies, too.
That's
so
the thing, like, people remember Scooby-Doo parodies more than they remember Scooby-Doo. Like, that running through the doors thing, like, it never really played out the way everyone thinks it did.
It played out real great on that Scooby and Johnny Bravo episode.
Yeah, again, a parody.
Mm-hmm.
They've both been in bad movies, that's for sure. But I think Rolf has more hits than he has misses. I think Scooby's movies have been pretty terrible.
Guys, all right, here's one for you. The Muppets on Zombie Isle.
Ooh.
Muppet Treasure Island is kind of that without, kind of...
Without all the good Scooby-Doo stuff. Yeah, I know. Okay.
Is anybody a Scooby vote? All right, there you go. Moving on.
Well, I will say that in defense of Scooby, somehow I managed to grow up on way more Scooby than the Muppets, and I'm
sorry.
Yeah, I'm ashamed of that too.
Well, I feel like they played more Scooby on TV.
The Muppets come in waves at times, so
yeah.
I will say that we were a little harsh on Scooby in this.
Not harsh enough.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I felt my old age was pulling at me to vote for Scooby.
Muppets are old. Muppets is old too.
Muppets is old, but my dad was pretty much raised off of Scooby, or he raised me on Scooby-Doo, so I feel kind of bad about it. But Rolf knocks out Scooby-Doo 5-0. We're into the semifinals with Ren versus Goofy and Triumph versus Rolf. So Ren versus Goofy.
Oh boy.
Oh man, I don't even want to vote on this one.
I'm gonna come in as a Goofy vote. Ren's fun. Ren is funny, but he would get old after. He's unpleasant to be around. Goofy just makes you smile.
I'm a Goofy vote as well.
Wow. Man, I don't know. No guest on your show should really have that hard of a problem taking it. This is kind of important to me. Ren versus Goofy. I think Ren is genius. I think he's one of the best. I love, as a children's cartoon, he's so angry and weird and crazy.
During that time period when Ren came out, that was a weird time for cartoons in itself, and he made his point very quickly to how insane that character really is.
Very unhinged individual,
and pushed the boundaries of those cartoons at the time that some of them couldn't air, and for that I'm a Ren vote.
Man, I was gonna go Goofy, but you're kind of swaying me.
Ren is Goofy's been around forever. And Ren was a really important character in the number one in the Nicktoons lineup to begin with. He was one of the three, and it was just weird that they let them push that boundary so far. I mean, that show led to Beavis and Butthead being on MTV like that.
Ren would not exist if it wasn't for Goofy. If it wasn't for...
I don't think that's true.
I don't know if that's true. Yeah,
wait, no. Are you kidding me? If it wasn't for Walt Disney building what animation is today...
No, hold on.
Walt Disney and Goofy are different things.
But Goofy was a huge part of all that.
I didn't realize Goofy was such a trailblazer.
Yeah.
Right. I get what you're saying, but I think the impact that Ren has now is what Goofy had back then, but we remember Ren more now than... I mean, there's still a lot of kids now that don't even know who Ren is, and that's really crazy to me. But, yeah, this is easy Ren vote for me.
Oh, come on.
Where are you on this one, Mike?
I really my head is telling me Ren, but my heart is saying Goofy. So I'm a Goofy vote.
Yeah.
It was the hardest. It's very hard to do, but I'm going Goofy.
If that makes it 3 votes for Goofy, I'll put mine to Ren. But
Wow, I didn't see
I'm
that
okay
coming.
with Goofy moving on.
Yeah. I love Goofy, but there was a point in time Ren meant a lot. So Goofy knocks out Ren 3-2. We have Triumph versus Rolf.
Oh my god.
I don't want to make this decision.
I will make this decision in a heartbeat. This is a Triumph vote all the way.
Oh,
wow.
I'm with you. It's a Triumph vote.
Whoa!
I don't even think this is. You guys are thinking way too hard.
The thing is, I think you guys might be right. I
Oh,
think.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
This is
all right.
great.
Here's my reasoning behind why I think I'm gonna go Triumph as well. Triumph embraces the fact that he's a dog. I mean, his go-to joke is that he's gonna poop on whatever he's insulting, and that's the thing a dog would do. Rolf could kind of be almost. You could interchange him with almost any other animal. Like, he's not really about being a dog. He's about being an artist and a musician.
That's true. I guess you're right. Triumph has made me laugh more in my entire life, and I feel like he influenced me. I don't know. I love Rolf so much.
That's the thing, is like, between the two of them, you want to hang out with Rolf more, definitely. Rolf is
true.
like this wise guy who's just fun to hang out with, super unpretentious, just wants to hang out. Triumph can turn on you at any moment, but Triumph is definitely funny.
Right. I mean, you're hanging out with. You're hanging out with Rolf one day, and he's like, "Hey, you want me to call Triumph?" And you're like, "I don't know, man. Maybe not today. Like, I just saw him last week."
Nah, see, I'm trying to go out in public with Triumph. Like, I've had friends that are like that. Let's do this. Let's get
Triumph
wild.
is the goddamn Christmas of comedy. Like, he is. Every time he's around, it's like he's just handing out
I'm sorry.
gifts.
Is that an expression? The Christmas of comedy?
That's my new Twitter bio now. I don't know. You guys aren't wrong. Triumph's pretty fucking great. And, I mean, Goofy versus Rolf in the finals is kind of a coin flip. Goofy versus Triumph, there might actually be something to really tear into there.
Oh boy.
I'm kind of leaning towards Triumph, John.
That's all right. If he's winning it 3-2 right now, I'll give Rolf a vote, because I think Robert Smigel is a genius, and if you haven't seen TV Funhouse, it's amazing. But Rolf is he's a stand-up guy. I like Rolf a lot. I'll vote Rolf just to give him a vote.
I think I'm gonna go Triumph. I love Rolf. Wow. I love the Muppets, but
that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Triumph the Insult Comic Dog knocks out Rolf 4-1. All right. Into the bronze match, we have the third place versus dirty toilet water match. Ren versus Rolf.
It's gotta be Rolf.
It has to be Rolf, because we cannot put Rolf in the dirty toilet water. That can't happen.
No, you can do whatever you want. Don't.
No, we can't do that.
He
doesn't deserve that. I can guarantee you, Rolf has never done a bad thing to anyone ever. And Ren almost exclusively does bad things to everyone ever.
See, I'm all about life experiences. So I'm a Ren vote.
Are you telling me that Rolf hasn't lived a life of experience?
You just said he didn't do anything wrong ever.
He's a fucking jazz pianist. If he doesn't have the best stories in the world, then no one knows what's up.
Then he made up. John just said he'd never done anything in the world. You just said he's
he's never done anything wrong.
I didn't do anything wrong. He's never hurt anybody. Rolf has never hurt someone.
You are insane. He is a jazz pianist.
People have hurt him. He's singing the blues. He's sad. People have made Rolf cry. We're not going to make.
Change my vote, Ren.
I'm a Rolf vote.
I'm a Rolf vote. Sorry.
I'm Rolf. I'm Rolf. I love both these guys, but Rolf has had some dark stuff happen to him. He's deeper than we were giving him credit for.
It's tough being Rolf.
All right. Rolf takes third place while Ren is dirty toilet water. We have the finals here with Goofy versus Triumph the Insult Comic Dog.
Oh boy. I like when we get to the finals and it's two of the most different ones on the bracket.
One's wholesome, one wants to poop on everything. One wears pants.
Well, Triumph has like a little...
He's got a bow tie and like a collar.
He's got a bow tie, yeah. He doesn't have pants.
That's enough clothes for a dog.
Sure.
I feel like it's funny because I feel like Goofy was in the first round was close to even going out, and now
Yeah,
That's how it happens
He rallied.
sometimes.
He made a comeback.
He made a big rally. Yeah, I love Goofy. It is kind of like the dark and the light here, you know. Like, what are you? Do you like kind of evil and the dark side, or you like the light, fun stuff? You know, I don't know.
We still don't know if Goofy's a Nazi or not. Don't
That's a
give me
good
that.
point.
Yeah, like there are signs that say Goofy's a Nazi.
I don't think any of that.
Like that hidden room that no one ever get to explore in Goofy's house.
Goofy seems like he's a pretty good neighbor, you know? Like,
Yeah.
he lives next
Because
to...
Pete's kind of a dick.
Pete is a bad neighbor. Goofy,
Yeah.
Goofy increases your property value if you're living next to Goofy.
I don't know if that's true. He's
Triumph
got
is
all kinds of weird
pooping
contraptions
everywhere.
in the yard.
Contraptions?
Yeah, he's always building stuff.
I did not know that was a part of the Goofy experience, that he was a
The
builder.
Goofy mythos. Yeah.
I love Goofy, but it's really hard for me to vote against Triumph.
That's the thing. Like, I keep thinking, like, I think I'm a Triumph vote, but then I almost kind of feel guilty. I'm like, I can't do that to Goofy.
Like, I think if you told Goofy this is what the finals were, I think he'd be like, I get it. Like,
Also-
he probably loves, like, dirty humor from Triumph. Like,
Well,
I
Goofy's pretty used to silver medals at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
like, guy's wife died.
You guys are talking yourself into it to not feel bad.
Exactly. We feel guilty. Jeez. I'm a
Here's the
Triumph
thing.
vote. There,
Maybe this
I
is
said
a
it.
little late to bring this up. Are we even 100% sure Goofy's a dog?
Yes.
He
Yeah.
is kind of like a huge. Well, because Pluto is a dog. Oh,
Pluto's also a dog, and that's fucked up.
I think Goofy might just be like, I think he's been referred to before as just a goof. Like, I think when they invented Goofy, I think he was called the Goof, and like the joke was supposed to be that he wasn't like any particular animal.
Well, now I feel dirty.
Yeah.
There's
Goofy's
no
like-
chance in hell that like the current canon doesn't say Goofy's a dog.
Yeah, I didn't like that you just told me that.
I feel really
It's
gross.
like some sort of like weird, bizarre science experiment.
He's like what Gonzo from the Muppets. He's a weird not animal thing.
I'm a Triumph vote.
I'm a Triumph vote.
Oh boy.
Triumph vote.
Whoa!
Oh, God,
there it
really?
Oh
goes.
wow!
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's the bracket right there.
Oh God.
Man,
Well, I
I'm-
guess
I'm-
I'll throw.
Goofy a bone.
Yeah. I guess. I'll...
Waka waka.
No, you know what? No, I'm also a Triumph vote. Triumph's the best talking dog.
He has Triumph in his name. He is used to winning.
I'm gonna say this: Goofy has been around the longest, maybe, of all these talking dogs.
Yeah.
And he's really funny. He can. His Triumph has to put people down. I'm a Goofy vote.
All right.
Aww.
All right. Triumph the Insult Comic Dog is the #1 best talking dog.
People are gonna be mad at us. Everybody.
I think people are gonna be
Yeah.
really
If you're mad, you've never seen Triumph. Don't even give
Goofy,
me.
Goofy is in second place, Rolf takes third, and Ren is Dirty Toilet Water. So that's the bracket, guys.
Man, I feel good about that. I feel like Triumph would think that's a great bracket for him.
I don't think anybody would be mad that Triumph is the winner.
Triumph, if you're out there, we'd love to have you on the show.
For you to poop on us. Because he said that a lot. That's the joke.
Who do you think people will be the most upset with? I feel like Jake the dog. Maybe people will be upset that he.
I think Jake's going to be kind of a bummer.
People are
I
gonna
feel
be
like
upset
people
about
will be
Doug,
upset we
I'm
called
telling you.
Goofy a Nazi. I think that's probably going to...
The fact that Dog the Bounty Hunter didn't go very far, people are going to be
We're
upset.
gonna get one email from someone saying, "How could you vote out Hong Kong Phooey like that?"
It will be the creator of Hong Kong Phooey himself.
All the kids in my high school who liked Nightmare Before Christmas and wore those as t-shirts are going to be so mad Gerwin first round.
I'm right there with them. Solidarity, all you guys out there.
He deserved it.
We'll get Gur back in another
Pop
bracket.
Punk is
Piece of
making a
trash.
comeback.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank Mike for coming on today. Is there any way our audience can reach you? You got anything to plug?
Yeah, check out The Birthday Boys. It's season 1 is on Netflix, and season 2 there's some repeats on IFC, so check it out.
Cool.
Yeah. There it is.
It's good
And,
stuff.
oh wait, I got a Twitter too.
Yeah.
At B-Day Boys Mitch, and I do stuff at UCB Theater in Los Angeles, so check that out.
Awesome.
There you go. There it is, everybody. Go check him out. All right. Well, guys, as always, you can find us at bracketpodcast.com and at twitter.com/bracketcast. On Facebook at facebook.com/bracketcast and the Tumblr page, bracketpodcast.tumblr.com. If you like, you can subscribe to us on whatever iTunes client you use or podcast, whatever. Just search for Bracket. Thanks, guys. We're going to go eat some Kit Kats and yell about more talking dogs for the next 10 hours.
Guys, I think I might watch... Is Triumph Special still on Netflix? I think I might watch that tonight.
I think it's on there. I'm going to watch some goofy stuff because I feel bad.
Doing a professional radio show on the internet.